there's also been some conduct in this committee that has me concerned. And in particular, we have discussed before in meetings of this committee the majority's willingness to disregard committee rules to try to force through the confirmation of nominations. This week, we didn't see a violation of committee rules, but we did see the principles of comity and the norms of this committee disrespected. And in particular, I want to focus on the confirmation hearing for Toby Heitens, who is a nominee to be a judge on the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals. As the chairman knows, every member of this committee is on multiple committees, and multiple committees often have multiple hearings scheduled simultaneously. And so any senator to do his or her job has to go from one committee to another committee and schedule your time accordingly. And the way the Senate operates is that whenever anyone is chairing a committee, there is some understanding for the logistical challenges of being in multiple places at once. And the chairman of a committee typically accords the respect and courtesy of communicating with the members on that committee and allowing reasonable time for committee members to arrive. This week's hearings on Toby Heitens allowed a total of 18 minutes questioning for a Court of Appeals judge. 18 minutes. Mr. Heitens was there at the beginning of the hearing. Senator Blumenthal, Senator Durbin, Senator Cruz, Senator Hirono, Senator Booker, Senator Grassley, and Senator Kennedy were all there. There were introductory speeches, and when it got time to questioning, a couple of things happened. Number one, 3 of the Democratic senators who were here, for whatever reason, made the choice not to question, and so Senator Cruz, Senator Hirono, and Senator Booker did not question. Senator Blumenthal was chairing that hearing. There was one Republican who questioned, Senator Kennedy. Now, my staff informed Senator Blumenthal's staff that I was on my way here. Senator Hawley's staff informed Senator Blumenthal's staff that he was on his way here. We were both walking to the hearing. We were on the elevator. And yet, knowing that we were on our way here, and Senator Lee also informed Senator Blumenthal's staff that he intended to come and ask questions as well. But instead of waiting what would have been 30 seconds for Senator Hawley and me to walk into this hearing, Senator Blumenthal took the opportunity, looking around and seeing no Republicans in the room for that instant, to gavel down and send the Court of Appeals nominee on his way. That does not honor the tradition of this committee. A Court of Appeals nominee deserves more scrutiny. And I would note, Mr. Heitens has troubling aspects of his record. Had he been here, I would have asked about his defending COVID laws that discriminate against people of faith. I would have asked about his leading an amicus brief to the U.S. Supreme Court arguing that the government has a right to tell Catholic schools who they have to employ to teach children about the Catholic faith. I get why the Democratic majority doesn't want those questions. Those questions are inconvenient when the president is nominating radicals who will undermine religious liberty. That's not a good look for the voters to hear. I also would have asked Mr. Heitens about why it is that he seems to view himself as part of the legal, quote, resistance to President Trump, because he voluntarily sat on a panel and spoke on a panel entitled The Legal Resistance to the Trump Administration. And I think it should trouble all of us if we have federal appellate judges who view themselves as part of the resistance. That doesn't exactly express judicial temperament. The gavel in this committee has varied from Republican to Democrat. It's gone back and forth. It will vary again. And part of what makes this committee operate is having the simple courtesy that if a senator is on their way, all of us have had an instance. Every one of us has sat there, and if a senator is coming, well, I'm informed that I'll use hypothetically Senator Klobuchar's on her way, so we'll just filibuster for a minute or two till she gets here. And that's how this place operates. 18 minutes isn't enough for a Court of Appeals judge. Josh and I were both on the elevator headed up here when the gavel came down. That is not going to encourage this committee operating properly. I would suggest that Mr. Heitens deserves a real hearing where senators can actually question his record, not simply a hearing in the dark of night where he's rushed out because of scheduling conflicts.